Vanessa, thanks. Tonight, the White House is in cleanup mode after President Biden's declaration that Russian President Vladimir Putin cannot remain in power. The president saying he was not calling for regime change in Russia. Now, this as Ukraine's president says he is willing to make concessions in order to end the war, with new peace talks with Russia picking up tomorrow. Alice Barr continues our coverage from Washington.
Adonis, President Biden today clarifying that he is not calling for a change in regime in Russia, while insisting his weekend comments about Vladimir Putin won't hurt diplomatic efforts. As Russian airstrikes rain down on Ukraine, claiming a mounting toll of civilian lives, President Biden is walking a fine line in how far he can go to condemn the attacks. Today, clarifying an ad-lib comment made over the weekend in Poland.
I was expressing the moral outrage I felt toward this man. I wasn't articulating a policy change.
These 9 words about Russian President Vladimir Putin.
For God's sake, this man cannot remain in power.
Igniting a diplomatic firestorm with leaders at home and abroad saying Putin may be further emboldened if he thinks the West is trying to kick him out of office.
He's not affected by anybody else. And the idea that he is going to do something outrageous because I called him for what he was and what he's doing, I think is just not rational.
A fresh round of peace talks set to begin tomorrow in Turkey, with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky saying he's open to declaring his country neutral, ending a bid to join the NATO alliance, and would potentially compromise on some contested territory in the east, where the Russian military claims it's now focused. That after failing to capture the capital of Kyiv, officials in one suburb saying Ukrainian forces had regained control. President Biden promising more help for Ukraine. That as he rolled out a nearly $6 trillion budget proposal that includes major increases in military spending. In this new budget proposal, the White House is seeking to bring attention back to domestic issues, including steps to try to reduce inflation. That amid growing concerns about the economy and low approval ratings for President Biden. In Washington, Alice Barr, Adonis, back to you.
Alice